Hi friends, it is Mira with Dead Knitter Society, and for Vlogmas today, I skipped a couple days. I am giving myself grace. Let's see, we are going to go through the Advents, which, every so often I go into a particular Reddit thread. Are those threads? Anyway, and there's really mixed reviews on the whole, like, knitting, vlog spear. And I guess I'm not solely knitting, and I'm actually starting to do some thinking of like, how do I want to occupy this space that I've made for myself in 2026? But that's probably a different episode or a different video. But people are pretty mixed on the whole Advent thing. I definitely realize that like everyone and their brother does the twice sheared sheep, and for good reason. Like, it's pretty cool. I think I did show you, this was day 3. I love Anne of Green Gables, but it's like a nice little tin. Day 4 was Alice in Wonderland stitch markers. I love Alice in Wonderland. So I don't talk a ton about it on this channel, but I am in grad school to get a master's of social work and work as a clinical social worker. So in my practicum right now, I work as an outpatient therapist, intern therapist, the qualifiers for all the legalese. I love the work that I do, but I definitely use allegory like a lot. That's just part of my personal style. And Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite kind of allegories and stories to really talk about stepping into the muchness of who we are, Anyway, so I digress, but adorable little stitch markers. Can never have enough stitch markers in my humble opinion. I have seen these. Four Hearts Mainly Fiber carries like the whole set of these doodles. So there is a QR code if you're interested in finding out more. But basically it's like a card deck where you pick out a pattern, but it's charts for different color work. And so it's a little bit like mix and match tiles to create your own patterning, which I think is really a very inspired and very cool idea. On the fiber end of things, let me see how carefully I can show you here. We're just going to tilt this. I have been spinning up the days of my Advent. So I'm discovering a few things about myself. The fiber itself in my fiber Advent is beautiful. Carla at Purple Lamb Fiber Arts has done an incredible job curating this. I am not sure that I'm comfortable with not knowing what's coming for the planning within the spinning. And I say that because I'm also not very good yet at chain plying. And that is probably how I'm going to manage the variations in the colors that come. So, and I also, the Stellina is pretty, but I hate glitter. Like for the glitter aspects, like I'm finding it everywhere now. So I'm not 100% sure that I will do a fiber Advent again. And I'm not sure I would do a yarn Advent, but I really like this Notions Advent. It is a little bit similar to, I got just a stitch marker Advent last year, which was a great introduction. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to do some more searching into Advents that are available, or maybe make my own. That could be kind of a fun project. Anywho. So let's talk about, I'm wearing my dashed beanie because you guys, I woke up and it was like 8 degrees here. It is in my poor little oil heat and heat pumps. I have everything set to be comfortable and not wearing a hat inside temperature. And it's a struggle because I'm close to a window and it's cold. And then I have my shift cowl, which I made a while ago, long enough ago that somewhere in here, my son's Arrow of Light pin is still here from so this is probably a 6 or 7 year old piece. Anyway, I did want to show you, I finished my turnstone tank. I I don't know if I messed up, but when I tried this on, the bust darts like are not in the right place. And I have, full disclosure, I haven't actually put it on because it's been so cold and it's a tank top since I blocked it. So maybe blocking will have changed things. But when I tried it on when it was freshly off the needles, the bust dart was like over here and created almost a bubble. But it's done. I finished it. This is my 13th project of the year. And then I've made what? 4 sewing projects, 5, 6 sewing projects. So I feel like it's, you know, 2025 has been a pretty productive year for me. Oh, I should give you information about this, huh? So I did this in Juniper Moon's Solstice yarn, which is a linen silk, little bit of merino. It was tough on my hands. I'm not sure I would choose to knit up with it again because it was very hard on my hands, but I do love, like, it's got these very subtle flecks. I definitely have bought some fabric to make pants to go with this tank. The pattern is by, and I always screw it up, I think it's Windwood Farms. Lacey writes a wonderfully clear pattern. Her tanks are cute. The bust dart was a new technique to me, so if I did mess it up, I'm going to take it as I'm still learning how to do that correctly. So, and then in progress, I'm still marching along on my Mabel sweater and my ranunculus. I think it's going to be my goal to finish those 2 for this year and to finish fitting the bodice of my hinterland dress. I feel like that's probably reasonable for the last, 3 weeks of the year. And then I was doing some thinking about like next year and definitely putting myself on a purchasing hold because I have like 10 kilos of yarn and enough fiber to spin for a while. And I think what I may tell myself is that we are going to spin and then knit the fiber that I have before we buy more fiber. We are going to mend the things that I have in my mending basket. And then I would love to see if I can't knit down at least like a third of the weight of my stash. I think that that's a good goal, to really use what I have rather than continuing to purchase more. And find other ways to support community and festivals and whatnot. And then also for my fabric, I did have, it's over where I sew in the other house, but I had my first experience of the fabric that I bought was not what I thought I was getting. It is like very much upholstery weight, and it was not listed as upholstery. And that's a final sale. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pivot. Are those going to become like kind of heavier pants? Or are those going to become a jacket? It's a cottony cat. So it's a very like loud pattern that I'm not sure I want to put as pants. I had really envisioned it being a flowy dress, and it will not be a flowy dress. It will be a tent dress. All right, let's get to the showing of the things. So I think I showed you, did I show you through day 7? Yes, we did. We went through day 7. So yesterday was some DK yarn. It's about 100, just over 100 yards, pretty natural DK yarn. And then my day 8 for my fiber advent, I think, is actually in the bobbin because I did some spinning yesterday. Yes, it is. Day 8 was this fire star. Look at me. I'm like, look at this floof. So it's not, it feels like a synthetic content. I'm not sure, but it does give like a different quality to the yarn. That was day 7's. Day 8 is the, here it is. I still have some in the box. So it's definitely in with the like Caribbean tropical water theme, which is beautiful and serene and lovely. And then let me see. this is 6. 6 and 9 are tripping me up. So this is plain, you know, I just had it open. I should have looked at it. 9 is baby alpaca. So I'm going to mix this with the Firestar to give it more color. It's very soft. This will be my first alpaca spin. That'll be fun. So what is day 9 for twice sheared? More yarn. Oh, nice. So this is the same DK. They call this colorway Tide Pool. And honestly, so that would be what, about 230-ish yards. I can make a cowl out of the 2, or some mitts, a hat. So that is lovely. Hi Bax, what's up, my guy? Baxter's, oh, and Margot is down here too. Everybody, the cat loves when I'm here. My male cat, I yelled at him the time that he like jumped and grabbed my fiber that I was trying to, or it was yarn that I was trying to ply, and he jumped up at it and got very offended. All right, so that's what we have going on. I'm not going to make this video forever long, because I know that I can yap. This is so cool. I have other alpaca from Vermont Sheep and Wool. This is a pretty long staple length. If you actually like, that's pretty long length of each fiber, but it's very silky and it doesn't have a lot of grab. So I have a feeling that this may be a little bit trickier to kind of make sure that it's not running through my hands too fast. And I could also like have some of it that I mix in with the merino, but I don't know what color's coming next. See, this is where I'm like, eh. And will it be weird in a full skein to have like alpaca with merino in different stripes of it? I don't know. But I think I'm going to add in a little bit of this Firestar and see what happens. I'm going to see what happens. It's going to be something, right? That's what it's going to be. It'll be something. So I'm also going to get this video uploaded. I hope that in all of the end of year chaos that you are hanging in there. If you've had a chance to listen to me cry about losing my mom, that was day 3. That's out there in the world now, so we'll see. Anywho, I'm going to leave you and love you, and hopefully I will see you maybe tomorrow, but definitely again this week. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.